that English is divided as a subject into various sections. For example, there's a grammar section in English, then you have a literature section, then there's a comprehension section, as well as writing section. So today in this video, we will be talking about writing section of English. Now, writing section of English can contain various topics such as letter writing. That letter writing can be formal letter or informal letter. Then it can include notice writing, it can include message, a bio sketch, diary entry and many more. But out of all, today we are going to discuss a writing topic which is message writing. Now, message writing is very common because this message writing is basically like how you deliver a message to some person, maybe because for whom the message is to be delivered is not available at that place. So message writing is nothing but a message is just a piece of information. It can be a news or it can be any kind of greeting for someone, right? So first let us begin with the definition of message writing. The definition can be that a message is a piece of information or it can be news or greetings for a person. Now, it is not important that a message can be verbal. A message can be verbal or it can be written. So we can say it can be verbal or written. Right? Now, a message can be verbal or it can be written, and also whenever we are delivering a message, that message is for someone who is not present at that moment. And maybe like someone has sent a message to me that I should deliver that message to my mother. Now my mother is not there, therefore that person has delivered the message to me. Now I am late for my tuition classes, so even I have to go, but it is very important for me to deliver the message to my mother. Now how will I deliver it? Maybe my mother's phone is not with her, she has left her phone in her house, and now there is no other way of delivering the message except to write the message and deliver to her. So this is what we are going to study today, that how to deliver the message, what is the format of delivering the message, how do we write the message. So first, there are some important points that we may need to remember while writing a message. Now that message should be very brief, it should be compact, but at the same time it should contain all the information that has been conveyed to me. And also we should avoid giving extra information from our own side. Only that information you have to deliver which the speaker has told you. There is no need to add extra information from yourself. So first is that point to remember, and this point to remember is that our message should be compact and brief and should contain all the information told by the speaker. This is the first point that you have to remember, that all the information which is told by the speaker should be there in the message. Then second important point is that message should be in box. Basically, we write message in a memo slip, right? There's a special paper on which you write message, but in your examinations, there will be no such paper provided. So in that examination sheet, you have to make a box and then you have to write the message. Now, these were the important points to remember. Now, to avoid, the points that you have to avoid is that, first, do not add extra information from your site. There is no need to add extra information from your site. Second is, do not mention sender's or receiver's address. We do not mention sender's or receiver's address in message writing. This is only mentioned during the writing of formal or informal letter. While writing message writing, we do not mention the address. So these are some of the points that you need to avoid. And then avoid writing long stories. The word limit over here, in point to remember, word limit is 50 words. Remember, the message should not be too long, otherwise marks can be deducted during the examination. The limit is 50 words, you should not exceed. Yeah, it can be 55 but not more than that. 55 is the limit. The message should be very short. So now let us understand the format of writing message. So now let us begin with the format of message writing. I said that the message should always be in a box. So first of all, I will be making my box for writing the message. Now within the box, my topmost heading will be in the center and that heading will be message. So first I will write message and I will underline it. Then in the rightmost top corner, I will mention my date. And then I will mention the time. Remember, it is very important to mention the date and time of the letter, of the message that you are delivering. At what time you are writing the message, that time should be mentioned so that the receiver of the message should know that when you've written the message, right? So date and time will be written in the rightmost corner, top right corner of the box, and then in the left you will mention the salutation. In the left you will mention the salutation by leaving a line over here. You will first leave a line over here and then you will mention the salutation. That salutation will be of the receiver. It is important to mention the salutation and the salutation should be short. For example, you say, "Dear mom," or "dad," or you can say, "Dear uncle," or "aunt." Whoever you have to deliver the message to, you have to mention the name of the person over there, right? Or if there is no relation and you just have to mention the name, then you can mention the name as well over there. And then you have to begin with the body, right? So here there will be body of your message. Remember that this body of your message should always be in reported speech. That reported speech is basically your indirect speech. There will be no direct speech in message. It will always be indirect speech, and the body will be of maximum 50 words. The body should not be more than 50 words. It should be in reported speech. It should be short. It should contain all the information told by the speaker, but you should not add your information in the message. Then last you will write your name. Name of the writer will be over here. This is how you write your message. And now we are going to understand the concept of message writing through an example. So now let us understand through example. Now this is the conversation between Shivani and Nepali. Now Shivani has called to Shekhar's home because she wants to talk to Shekhar, but Shekhar is not at home. Therefore Shivani has conveyed the message to Diwali. This is the basic concept of the message, that Shivani has to convey message to Diwali. As she had to convey the message to Shekhar, but Shekhar is not at home, she has conveyed to Diwali. Now Diwali has to write the message to Shekhar depending upon the conversation between them. And why Diwali has to write to Shekhar? Because Diwali also has to go out of the home, and before she reaches home, Shekhar should receive the message. Therefore she is writing the message. Now let us understand the conversation. Now here Shivani has called and she is saying, "Can I talk to Shekhar please?" Now Dipali replies that he has gone for tuition. Can I take the message for him? Now Shivani delivers the message to Dipali and she says that, "Inform him that he should return my chemistry book that he had borrowed last Saturday, as day after tomorrow there is a test." So this will be the body of your message, that you have to inform Shekhar that Shivani called and said this. Then Dipali says that, "Okay, I will give the message. Anything else?" So to that Shivani replies that to inform him, "Thank you," and then she holds the phone, right? She ends the call. So this is the conversation between Shivani and Dipali, and accordingly we have to deliver the message to Shekhar. Now let us begin with the message writing. I told that the message should be within the box. So first we will make the box. Now my message should be within the box. I said that the center will contain the message and we have to underline this message. Then on the top right corner there will be the date, the present date. So let us say the date was 22nd December 2020, right? And the time. Now remember that the conversation is between the students, right? Now we cannot say that it will be morning, because let us assume that in the morning there will be school, and once they come back she realizes that Shekhar has the book and now she wants the book back. So let us assume that it is somewhere in the afternoon. So I say 3:30 p.m. So I have mentioned the date, I have mentioned the time. Now I will leave a line over here and then I will have my salutation. In the salutation I have to write the name. The name is Shekhar. So I will say Shekhar. And then I will begin my message. My message will always begin with that so and so called to inform or to say or to remind, whatever, right? Now who called? Shivani. So I will begin with Shivani called to say that. Now what did she say? That he should return my chemistry book, right? To say that you have to return her chemistry book that you had borrowed from her last Saturday. That you had borrowed from her last Saturday as, or you can say because. No, you will say as. There is why? Because there is a test day after the next day. Why? Because she is saying in direct speech. When I'm conveying it in indirect speech, my day after tomorrow gets converted to day after the next day. So I will not say day after tomorrow, I will say day after the next day. My message is short, it is compact, it is clear, and it contains all the information that Shivani has given. So I will end my message without writing anything else. And lastly, you have to write the name of the writer. Who is she? Dipali. So I will say Dipali, and I will finish my message over here. So this is how you write the message. This is the format of message writing. You have to mention the date, you have to mention time, salutation, body, and in the end you have to mention the name of the sender. The message should be short. It is of 50 words. It is an indirect speech. No direct speech is required in message writing.